If you are watching this on YouTube, please press the mute subscribe button below. It's free. Then you'll receive the latest notifications of videos. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Miracle Network's Wednesday meditation. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. This week we have Cate Grieves, who will lead us in meditation, and then we'll have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we'll open it up for sharing, and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Cate.
Okay, lovely to see you all and welcome. Big hug, big virtual hug to everyone, and lots of love and blessings. So it's evening here and I'm in my bedroom, so it's a bit dark, but I'm not in the dark and we're not in the dark, we're in the light. So I'm going to do a meditation this morning for you based on lesson 67. Love created me like itself. And so I'm just going to read a little bit from here, and then we will do the meditation, the 20-minute meditation, based on the instructions here on this. So love created me like itself. Today's idea is a complete and accurate statement of what you are. Love. That is why you are the light of the world. That is why God appointed you as the world's saviour. That is why the Son of God looks to you for his salvation. He is saved by what you are, love. We will make every effort today to reach this truth about you and to realise fully, if only for a moment, that it is the truth. We will think about your reality and its wholly unchanged and unchangeable nature, love, God's love. We will begin by repeating this truth about you and then spend a few minutes adding some relevant thoughts, such as holiness created me holy. Kindness created me kind. Helpfulness created me helpful. Perfection created me perfect. Any attribute which is in accord with God as he defines himself is appropriate for use. We are trying today to undo our definition of God and replace it with his own. We're also trying to emphasize that you are part of his definition of himself. Now, after you have gone over several such related thoughts, try to let all thoughts drop away for a brief preparatory interval, and then try to reach past all your images and preconceptions about yourself to the truth in you. If love created you like itself, this self must be in you. And somewhere in your mind, it is there for you to find. So we're going to really put our willingness and our desire to find this self that God created as love. Somewhere in our mind it is there, and we will try to find it today and have an experience of it. Because we're not interested in words, we're interested in the experience of being one with God. And let us give our willingness over now as we spend 20 minutes dropping down and maybe repeating to ourselves that God is love and kindness and helpfulness and perfection, and so are we. And let us experience that about ourselves. So let's start our 20 minutes diving deep to have the experience of our true self. Thank you.
Open your eyes and come back into the room. We have 25 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hands, and you can also use the electronic hand at the bottom of the screen, and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. Who'd like to speak? Linda, take yourself off mute.
Press the wrong button. Thank you, Kate. That was a wonderful meditation. I felt totally loved. And it just what I just wanted to say, I love you all. I'm just filled with love. So just thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Who'd like to share? Jan, take yourself off mute.
Hi, I just want to say a big hello to you, Kate. Oh, how wonderful that you're here with us. And just thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful experience. I knew it would be a wonderful meditation, and just lovely to be seeing you and you joining with us. All I want to say, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jan. It's lovely to see you again too. I just wanted to read something at the bottom of that lesson. It says, perhaps you will succeed in going past that which is the thoughts and through the interval of thoughtlessness. So there's going to be, as we sink down into our mind, there's going to be an interval of thoughtlessness to the awareness of a blazing light in which you recognize yourself as love created you. So you might have had that experience. I definitely was, having oneness with God, which was beautiful. Be confident that you will do much today to bring the awareness nearer, whether you feel you have succeeded or not. So a lot of the times we don't feel we succeed in these meditations in connecting to that inner love that is there. But Jesus says to be confident that you will do much today to bring the awareness nearer, because every time we do this practice, we're getting closer to it. So it's always a nice reminder, isn't it, if we don't have it? Nothing is wasted. It really isn't.
Kate, did you have an experience of realizing you are one love with God, or was it a gradual process?
It was an experience about 10 years ago that I was having some mystical experiences leading up to it. And these days it's kind of different. Like just then when I meditate, I just feel like the thoughts just empty, and I just feel a oneness with this really beautiful vast love. But 10 years ago I had the experience of seeing God in everything, and I just kind of just everything was God. And then I just had some more and more experiences, just really deep, deepening into the mind of love. And that's never left me, so I can access that really easily these days. So the little group that I do, it's more based in America. The group that I hold, a weekly group, we're doing a month of silence for October, even though I'm not quite in this group talking here, but mainly just to have everyone focus more on inner silence, just to give a month over to just with that willingness to be a little bit more quiet and go inward and practice this kind of thing more, put our focus on it. It's always good to spend a week or a month or a certain period of time where you dedicate yourself to it, because it can bring really amazing results. And I've already had people messaging me saying that they've gone through a lot of fear and then come through it to beautiful peace. So this experience of reaching God in these meditations, it's very open to do it. It really is. It's not impossible. More and more people, more and more minds are getting there. And the more minds that get there, the more we'll get there, because the one mind is waking up to itself, but, you know, it really never went to sleep either. So there's always that paradox. But I just like to focus on the fact that we can reach that experience of the vast, infinite, eternal love that is within us. And it's right there. It's, you know, because love created me like itself. So it's this infinite love, eternal, immortal love created me like itself. And the more we turn inwards and give more time to that, the more we can experience it and make it, let it lead the way, make it something that we can hold in our awareness throughout the day. And it means that you stabilize in it and you can see the ego much easier from that place, and not get caught up in those ego thoughts. You become the witness much easier to ego thoughts. But it does take dedication and practice and willingness to do it. But what else is time for, right? Otherwise, you're just wasting time trying to seek nothing, right? Because once you see that there's really nothing here that's going to give you something that doesn't change, you know, you really got to see that the world holds nothing that I want, and not just say it, but really, really contemplate it and think, yes, it doesn't hold anything valuable. So therefore you make it for yourself an internal decision to make inner quietness and seeking God within yourself the most important thing in your life. And when you do that, you just nothing else attracts you. I mean, you still, you know, do what you do in your daily life. You don't have to leave anything or shun anything, but your life, your willingness, your dedication and desire is just not of this world. It's within you. It's seeking everything within you. And so it's just beautiful to have the peace and love of God. I mean, it's something that I would never want to lose, because it's just like being in a nice warm bath, and you don't want the bath to go cold, right? So you keep putting the hot water in, right? And luxuriating in the love of God. It still takes some dedication and willingness, because the ego is always around. I think anybody that's had experiences and things, you need to be vigilant, that's for sure. And that's a good message too, right? So, and I just like being an example for others, to say that, you know, it's everyone has to kind of come to that place eventually, that they just see that the world holds nothing that's really valuable. You know, until that time, still going to be sort of seeking in some way. But the peace of God is all I want, right? I just want the peace of God, and that's it. If you say that with all your heart and mean it with all your heart, then you'll seek it and you'll have it. And it's not special. We're all got it. It's, we've got it. Like Linda just said, she had a beautiful experience of it. So it's available to us all. It's waiting there. It's just there in our mind. It really is. It's not difficult. It's really just making that decision yourself, that inward decision in the quietness for yourself, in that quietness, just saying, that's it. I'm just going to, make it really important to reach God and heal the separation, right? It's very beautiful. It's very soft and gentle and full of love, and it's just a lovely experience.
Thank you, Kate. Teresa, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Kate. Even as you're speaking, I'm feeling the presence of just being present, which is so peaceful and really nice. And I thank you for coming to do meditation with us, and it's your nighttime. And so thank you for that. And I was aware during meditation, I haven't been, not at the moment, I'm not particularly peaceful. And I was fiddling around with my fingers and, feeling the bits of extra dry skin and thinking, then I suddenly thought, well, God doesn't have any fingers and he doesn't have any dry skin. And if I'm like God, I don't. So I was twiddling around like that in my mind, and I was becoming aware how thoughts are just often just going through there with very little rest or very little peace. I can say all the words, but I'm not really there most of the time. Sometimes I am. And I've been reading as well a little bit lately. So I've been thinking about past lives and then the future. And then, oh my goodness, I have enough to deal with being in this imaginary one life without thinking about past and future. And so when I can come back to the course, come back to any lesson, come back to meditation with you all here, I can really feel the peace within and understand or get an experience that it's all a dream. I was having dreams last night and they felt so real. I was so grateful when I woke up that they weren't real. And then this morning I thought, well, this is a dream too. So I'm just rambling at the moment. So this has been very good for me to help me to quieten down. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and I also think like when you come together like this and you do a 20-minute meditation, you have to really value that 20 minutes time, because we have busy lives. There's so many things to do, and to sit, especially it's always nicer in a group to sit and meditate. And so I think it's really valuable to be really aware if there's any ego thoughts there, like, putting your focus on your hands. And that was good there. It felt like the Holy Spirit was there saying, God doesn't have hands or dry skin, so you could shift your awareness back to focusing on the words. And one of the things that kept coming through for me is this helpfulness created me helpful. For some reason, I've kind of throughout periods of time, I've used all those words, holiness and love created me in kindness, but for some reason I had my focus on helpfulness. And it's interesting to think of God as being helpfulness. And so that's what I was kind of having a bit of a giggle about that, thinking, yeah, so Jesus is put here for us to think of God as helpfulness. And it's kind of, sometimes it's nice to just get that other word that makes you think, how nice is it to know that the inner light, that inner being is helpfulness and love and kindness. And that's what we are. We are that. So yeah, I like that nice word. So thanks, Evelyn.
Evelyn, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Kate. And Teresa, I very much resonate with everything that you've said. Just using different outward symbols, but the same kind of thing. Again, you get caught up. I get caught up in unreality, the real unreality. But something that always, no matter what's going on in the mind, at least most times, there's still that memory that is very strong and in a way, well, really, just says you are my divine child. We all are, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do to say or do in any way that will change that beautiful relationship that we are one at home in God right now. Of course, most times I forget that, but it's just lovely to know that we're safe, no matter what appears to be going on. All the stories going on and on. And yes, I get caught up in them, but thank God something rescues me. And like you, Teresa, it says, oh, I've forgotten that it's not really real, but it does feel very real at the time. So we're doing our best, and we just be kind to ourselves, compassionate to ourselves and others. And this is not what lovely Kenneth Watkins says, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. And that's with our mind, at least that to me it is. So I just thank God for lovely teachers like you, for for Teresa and Dan and all the beautiful team that support us, and for all of you, and for everyone. We are God's beautiful children. I just love it, and I thank you for that beautiful, simple wisdom. Thank you, everyone. Bless you.
That was lovely. Thanks, Evelyn.
Norman, take yourself off mute.
Yes, thank you very much. I just realised the time is running on, but when I started the meditation, I thought I'll send a silent blessing to everybody I know, and it stretched as far as Australia. And then I thought, isn't that wonderful that it's an instant, a holy instant? And then I thought, over the years, we think time is very real. It used to take, if you wanted to send a letter maybe 300 years ago or something to Australia, but it took 3 or 4 months to get there, and nearly a year altogether to have communications. And our modern communications now are almost instant. And then that rather takes the weight off the holy instant. If we can make things that are close to an instant, what can the holy instant do is, beyond comprehension, really. And in moments like this, you realize it's all mind. That's where everything is, in the mind. This body has really got nothing to do with anything except that we can save each other by using it. And I began to realize then, when I settled down, the mind, the warmth and the beauty of it came to mind. And then my fingers started to tingle, my body started to tingle. Then I thought, as my mind is healed, my body will be healed automatically. And I think this is what Jesus meant by the holy instant. Anything is possible in the holy instant. Possible in this world seems impossible, but in reality, there's absolutely nothing that can't be done in the instant. So thank you very much.
Okay, we've come to the end of our time together. Thank you, Cate. That was wonderful. Really appreciate.
I wanted to express my gratitude to everyone before we end. Just really, really thank you for being here and joining in. It's really lovely. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, everyone, for being here. It's really enjoyable. I've loved doing the meditation. So thank you.
And take yourself off mute and show your appreciation to Cate.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.